Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. Oh, you can tell I'm scrambling. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're Jameson with Games. Happy Thursday, folks. Hello, Cedric. Happy to have you here with me. Oh my goodness. I really went for it. Because of the scramble, I was like, I went to go, throw on a little makeup. And I was like, fuck it. I won't do my eyes. So then I went for it with the lips. Ugh, hold on. No, nothing on my teeth. Okay, cool. Check it out. Promise fulfilled. We have the notes cam. Oh, in fact, while I'm thinking of it, you'll get to not actually watch the magic happen because this is not going to appear on screen, but some magic is about to happen. Hopefully. One moment. Okay. This is very promising. For now, I think this will do. Yep. Perfect. My stream controller has a button. It doesn't have a customized graphic, which is unusual for me, as you might imagine. But it does have a button that will show and unshow the notes cam. If I do, have to take some notes. And now I'm just pouring my tea. Boom. Got some tea. Did I turn my tea warmer on in advance? I did. My mug warmer. Okay. Here we are. The final stream before the weekend here. I had to cancel all the friend streams this week because, it turned out we didn't have to cancel last night because I did not use my extra free time in any way. Oops. To prepare for my performance tomorrow. But tonight, we were going to do Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday, but Jocelyn, my drag mother, invited me over specifically to, I don't know anything about styling wigs, picking these things up one bit at a time. So we're going to go over there and get my wigs in order for tomorrow. This is very exciting because my last performance in June was easily my worst drag performance ever, which is okay. I'm bouncing back. You can't win them all. But I would like to win this one. And it feels good. Feels like it's all coming together. I think I'm going to have fun. And I get to, in addition to performing 2 numbers, I get to run a game. So that's going to be very fun for me. It's one of those things. I actually said this to Jocelyn on the way to the last show, which is, it's very unusual that you let me dance on your shows, a thing that I do not have skill in, but you do not let me talk on your shows when that's like my main skill. Well, we're addressing that now. Another skill I have is drawing lines. Let's play the witness. Launching. Okay. And we shall see. Is it doing the weird thing again from last time? I think it is. No, it's not. Excellent. I have to press escape for a moment just to drag this window over here. And then to try to prevent any mishaps. It's never happened, but I always fear it happening. That I will overlay the game that I'm playing. You can't even do it in the witness because it locks your mouse while you're playing. But I always worry I'm going to overlay the game I'm playing over the OBS and then accidentally go outside the window and click stop streaming and ruin the stream. I don't know. Okay, here we are. We're in the tree houses. Ooh. Some of which have seen better days. The cursed treehouse over there. And we're solving puzzles that are elaborating on 2 mechanics. On the draw an area that separates so that we have like with like. And draw an area that also integrates in a way. So I stopped here not because I was necessarily stymied, I don't think, but because I was just desperately over time. It's hard. I went 2 hours longer than I intended to. That won't happen today because of the aforementioned performance tomorrow. I've got to, among other things, just I cannot sit in a computer chair for 5 hours today. I need my, 41-year-old hips to be relatively mobile tomorrow. It's tough though. It is tough to stop yourself from doing just one more line of blow. Okay. So, refreshing my own memory on the mechanics. These ones want to be separated from the opposite colors. That part's fairly easy. These ones want to be in pairs, I believe, is the idea. And they can pair up with themselves, but they can also pair up with an object that I can't remember. I think it has to be like color, but it might not have to be. So the challenge, obviously, in this case, the main challenge is we have 3 of our little star boys. We'll call them for now. But 3 doesn't divide into 2 pairs. So one of the star boys, Wella, J5, H5. Yeah, nice to know you. You shan't be here long, you jerk. I don't imagine. Unless Cedric ran to get a coffee or something. Very funny how the AI hype has led to the point where the fake viewers, they're not even pretending to offer you real fake viewers, so to speak. Okay, let's just start drawing lines and see what we can do. This line isn't going to do it. Okay. We could go like that. No, we pretty much have to go like this first, right? Or else there'll never be a way to separate this white and black. Constraints are helpful in solving puzzles. As I often say when we're playing Lolo, which we will again soon together. Okay, so... No, not quite. Not quite. Hold on. I think it's that they own... I think the Star Boys just want to be... No, never mind. They're happy. If they... Okay, so I think the Star Boys care about the color and only want one matching color. What I should be doing, in addition to my notes, although I'm not going to do it right now. You can tell I'm due for a Botox re-up. Oh, the weird things that happen to you as you get older. Not the aging part, the suddenly caring. You'd think that the drag queen thing was my midlife crisis, as I've often said. But I think the actual midlife crisis is that I discovered the drag thing alarmingly late, and I was much more comfortable with the aging process before. Okay. Oh, nice. What was the game, Cedric? All right. Trying to think this through. I don't think this works. No, because they don't want the additional black there. Okay. Either in my spare time before next Tuesday or next Tuesday during the witness stream, I'm going to start making a little compendium. Just a dedicated list of the rules. But for now, okay. Well. No. And certainly not this. Okay. That gets 2 and 2. But once you've done that, you can never separate the white and black right above there. I think I might have played that. Or at least wanted to as a kid. Okay. Okay. So close. But no, this isn't quite going to do it, is it? But the start of that at least felt kind of promising. Nope. Because they're still not happy. Is there... What can I do here? No. No. Because it must go like that. And then, once again, we're a little stuck. Okay. But hold on. Is there a more elaborate shape to be drawn here? What can you describe the sound in text in a way that I'll appreciate? Oh, sweet. Is it still free on Steam? Hmm. Oh, nice. Okay. God of Thunder. I'm just going to try to remember. I'm doomed. I'm never going to play it. I mean, no. This is falling into the exact same trap as my other attempt. But... Ah. Oh. Something sort of like that. Nice. I wonder if that's a buried memory of mine. Is it, what? No, drawing the shape like this is doing nothing for me. Okay. There's some amount of reasoning I could just be doing. Not like that. That's for sure. Okay. If I go in this direction, does that open up a possibility of some kind? No. Because you pretty much have to go around this guy to ever separate him. But then once you've done that, you can't go like this. Wait. No. But hold on then. No, never mind. Okay. Then that can never work, though. Very tricky. Or perhaps not all that tricky, and I'm just a fool. We should never discount that possibility entirely. Okay. Disengaging the line drawing for a second. Let me think. Obviously, this part of the line needs to be filled. That's non-negotiable. So is what I'm doing right now making any sense at all? It was close to making sense, right? Not quite, because there's black square with the whites there. Okay, so hold on then. If I have this line, there's some obvious way that I could modify it. Yes. Yes. I was not even counting. I hadn't counted the fact that there are 4 spiky boys, so that they just had to be pairs. But hey, gangplank unfolding. Here there's 3. So we're going to need a team up. But it's easy. And then can it be? No, because they don't want to be with like color. Ooh, but that won't do it either. No. What if I start in this direction? No, this is nonsense. Wait, is it? No, it is. It's utter nonsense. In fact, it's terrible. Okay. You know what? I should pause for a moment and just literally think. If I need to separate all of these guys from this guy, I will once again need to fill this specific space. And then separating this guy from this guy, I need to fill this specific space. And then separating this. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I think I pretty much like will I have to be coming down this way in order to also do this? Maybe. But no, because once again, I also need no, not quite. Not even close. But hold on. I think black squares being with the white star boys doesn't make them angry. In which case, what does that mean? Well, they still need to be. Okay. No, this is not doing the thing at all. Nor is this, but no. No. This is wild. Unless there's just something obvious that I'm missing. This is tricky. I mean, probably I am just missing something obvious. I can't discount that possibility. Um, we can update later, GOG Galaxy. Ooh, hold on, let me look. It popped up with my Dreams of the Witch House page. I earned new achievements. The Blind Idiot God. I saw Azathoth for a brief moment before Walter Gilman was consumed. The end is near. Get the worst ending. 19% of players do that. Although oddly, only 10% of players see Azathoth. And then 19% of the players finish, which tells me pretty much everybody at least gets the bad ending the first time. Oh, but I've got Walter in such better condition for our second attempt. Did a little offline play. But really, what could this be? does it turn out that the... No, that's certainly not going to do it. Okay. But once those two are to... If I group these two like this, I can never... Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Maybe there's some process of elimination to be done. You know what? One time, because I have my engineering students in their tutorials do logic puzzles, both because it's good, problem solving exercise. It's a good reading exercise. And then explaining how you solved a logic problem is a good writing exercise. And then understanding basic logic turns out to be helpful for a lot of the things that engineering students need to study and then later for engineering work. And it's fun because I love puzzles. Everybody wins. And so I give a variety of different types of puzzles, including your basic like elimination puzzles, 4 people ran a race. The person who came in first was not wearing a red jersey, those kind of things. And so I give it to him and it says, explain your reasoning. And I remember once at the end of the tutorial, the young man was like, Mr. Ross. Oh, I'm not supposed to dox myself. Whatever. You can find me and kill me if you really want to. Mr. Teacher, Mr. Surname. What did he say? Oh, yeah. He was like, I just got a question. Because, we've explained what we did, but we didn't use logic to solve the puzzle. And I was like, I'm skeptical. And he showed me, and he was like, what we did was process of elimination. It's like, yep, that's logic. And then I explained, how you could express it to him. How you could express it using formal logic, which is, we know that A belongs to B or C or D or E. And then we determine it doesn't belong to B. We determine it doesn't belong to C. We determine it doesn't belong to E. Well, then the statement B or C or D or E, if 3 of those are not true, the one remaining must be true. Process of elimination. Okay. If I go immediately to the left, I don't believe that I'm instantly doomed. What if I go immediately to the right? I think I'm instantly doomed. No. Hold on. Not instantly doomed. Wait. What if I'm just thinking... wrong? Well, yes, because that's how puzzles work. Oh, whoops. Okay, but that felt closer. Let's explore the space some more. Yeah. Hold on. No. Because of the exact same line that I just drew. Feels like this might be... you see what I'm doing? I've been thinking about pair these two and pair these two. But what if it's pair the inner ones and the outer ones? And having formed that thought, I think that's probably it. But this, once again, is going to stymie me from drawing a line. No. 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 Okay. Still, I feel a sense of movement and discovery right now. Hooray! Our reward? Basically nothing. We just opened another shortcut. Did I learn something about these triangles last time? Time to open to the correct notes page. Not here yet, but I ordered, and it should be here by the next Tuesday, some hex paper. Okay. What have I written down about these yellow triangles? They're in various places. I don't think. Oh, I think that I had not figured out what they mean yet, but that I had accidentally solved one somehow. Or seemed to. So let's just draw some random lines. No, that makes the triangle sad. And that one makes the triangle happy. What is the difference between those two lines? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, sure, 7 moves. If we count them both the same, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is divisible by 3, which is the number of sides a triangle has. It's also not obvious to me that it's done anything right now. That's okay. The triangles mean something. We can say that comfortably. Oh, here's my end goal in the tree houses. Here's a little place. But it's just there, I think. Okay. Oh. Is there something to be seen through these? No, but there's something in there. Oh. Huh? Anywhere to draw a line? Are there other spots where I can peek in? Yes. But I don't think I can peek in such a way that I could draw a line, even if I could see a line drawing puzzle to be drawn. Explore some more. Let's use the run button. A little. At least. Okay. Might as well at least understand the lay of the land. And I'm never going to understand the lay of the land in the tree houses. What am I talking about? Be cool to hang out in a place like this, though. Be terrifying. But it'd be fun. Just go around here, see if I can find any unsolved puzzles that I also feel like I've been taught some of the mechanics for. I already did this, didn't I? Oh, right. No. My goodness. Okay. Maybe that's something I can do right now if I plan it right. Definitely seems like this is the only path there. So, Where the hell was that thing? Oh dear. Was it up here? Yes. I don't know. Ah, definitely not this time. Just give up. I'm inclined to say that there has to be more to this than just going real fast. But who knows? Yeah. Okay. So that's not even close. I was not even close. Which definitely suggests to me one of two things, which is that there are more ways to more shortcuts to open, or that I'm missing, a clever spot to stand to activate that thing. It's like the end state here too. I know there's one gangplank I definitely haven't dealt with, but I'm not confident that I'm in a position to deal with it now anyway. No, I'm certainly not. I do not. I've been calling them tetronimos, the little things with the squares, which I understand. Tetronimos, the tetra. I think that's where they get their name, tetronimos, from the fact that there are, 4 portions. But I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. Let's put a pin in the tree houses for now, under the theory that maybe I'll do better in that area when I can work on that final gangplank. The general principle of exploration, as I've been given to understand it, this is the wetlands, which definitely seem very tricky, and so perhaps I'll be putting them off, but I haven't even been able to approach the wetlands from this angle yet. And thus I've never even reached the tutorials, but perhaps I will. A single square. But also a very easy line to draw. Okay. A tutorializer. Let's see. No, that does not satisfy the square. That does. But hold on. Does this? No. What about this? Yes. Okay. Over. Bet this doesn't. I bet this doesn't. This might. Yes. What about this? Yes. What about this? No. Okay. I bet this doesn't. I bet this doesn't. It does. Okay. Am I putting these in an area that is the size and shape of them? Well, I bet this doesn't. I bet this doesn't. I bet this, though, does. Okay. How? Oh, I see. I see how. Literally this, isn't it? First try? Yes. Okay. So by the same token, is this going to be a first try one? Yes. Good, good. This one doesn't even look like it's powered yet, but I can draw on it, right? Seems tricky to make this part of one that's exactly 3 wide, right? Because, well, hold on. See if we can find, ooh, tutorials on the back. But this one seems easy. Oh, there's one thing to remember. The edges are part of the line. Like, I'm not drawing a literal square because it's impossible to draw a square. Ooh. Very tricky. But I don't know. Does this just do it? Yes. Because the broken lines contribute. It's not going to work. Okay. But no, because this is what I just did and it didn't work. But I think I understand the challenge. It's just not obvious to me how to do it yet. Okay. Very mysterious to me right now. Unless they don't. Okay. So what happened there is that this is a square. This counts, I guess, because the shapes themselves police their own boundaries. That's what I believe is going on. Does that mean that this would work? Yes. Okay, but then, what if it's slightly different? Shapes police their own boundaries. Same line worked there. Ooh, what if they're next to each other? That's not the answer. The answer is not to just make the two shapes. Okay. That didn't satisfy either. Would this satisfy the square? No. Wait, will the exact same line work again? Yes. So, like tetronimos, they need to be able to fit in the area, but their positioning doesn't necessarily mean anything other than telling us whether they're in the area or not. Which would mean that we could perhaps do this. Whoop, whoop. Like that. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Ooh. These ones are not going to be in the same area like that. Which means... Does this work though? Yeah. So they are in the same area, but they don't overlap at all. I mean, they do. You see what I mean. I'm not using the right language, but it's fine. Okay. Okay. So then, looking at this, can I... Do I have to start? No. I'll go figure. I mean, okay, obviously, like, the 3 for this first one is just these 3. Ha. Right? Ding. That only lights it in one direction. Interesting. Don't know what to do with that just yet. Kind of feels like I'd want to light it in the other direction, though. Is that a matter of drawing a shape that works but is different? Can I see an obvious way to do that? Well, doing it didn't change this. Maybe it has to go in the other. Maybe I need to go and find one that links back to here. Ooh, there's steps going up to some place. Perhaps another way to approach this area. Solving this entire tutorial thing didn't obviously do anything for me. Okay. But can I explore more of the wetlands anyway? Or is this just carrying on to a different place entirely? It is, I believe. Or is it? Yes. Absolutely. Ooh. Waterfall and cliffside. Am I just getting distracted and leaving behind the thing I was working on? It seems possible that's what's happening. But I just want to see what happens when I hike up this mountain. The joy of discovery. Oh my goodness, the time flies when I play this game. I feel like I just got started. Well, there's an end goal of the area box. One feels like there's significance to this color arrangement. I'm not drawing any lines right now, but it's pretty. Do I go in the mountain or do I go... Ooh, there's some steps. Cultivated climbing area. Ooh. Rushing river, some bamboo trees. Can't cross this here, but can I cross it right there? Yeah. Got my feet a little wet. Hopefully I can find a fire to dry so my sickness percentage, my possibility of sickness getting worse doesn't go up. Now my backtracking, no. Here's one of the totems. Not tire stacks, as we've learned. We're continuing to climb the mountain and not find line drawing puzzles to do. And now I'm back down here. So I did a loop. Okay. I mean, there was definitely more to explore up there, but the Doran Lamb gave me the totally kosher and handy tip that the general movement of the game is from the coasts inward. Here's another place where we're just getting started. It's nice and easy. Okay. One moment. If I go to load a game, 204 solved as of 11:42. So we've already solved 27 puzzles today. And I think 59 was where I started, or somewhere close to 59 was where I started in the second session. Okay. Color smears. I separated them. Color smears. Separated. Colors. Separated. Colors. Are those all white? Do those all count as white? Yes. These ones look kind of gray, but that's just the lighting. Nope. There's no way once I've done that to ever get the green. Oh, I don't... Yeah, that's the way to get the green segregated. Separated. Boom. More. Colors. This one, I believe. We can just do a little snake. Well, hold on. There. What? I missed what I did wrong there. But hopefully I'll figure it out. Oh, yes. What I did wrong is actually fairly clear, right? I left the yellows with the beiges. Oh. Door is active. And on we go. This one's a little trickier already, I can tell. Hold on. Yeah. Ooh. No. Okay. Obviously, this does not get anywhere as close. Yeah, the bottom half here. I mean, I'll figure it out. Rest assured. But it is trickier. And like, is there going to turn out to be an emergent thing of, certain colors can also be together? Maybe. In fact, let's immediately test that. Ooh. But I can't. At least, I mean, if I can, it hasn't occurred to me yet. I was thinking, what if red and purple and blue are all together? Don't see why that would work, though. Okay. Look around. Are there things around here that are trying to tell me? This is clearly telling me something. Green and purple. When viewed through here, green stays green, but purple is blue. Oh, and the blue down there when viewed through here also comes to match the purple. So is it telling... Oh, and on the top there, we've got the light blue, which seems to remain the same. This doesn't turn out to provide me as much... Oh, wait, hold on. If we look through yellow screens, what do we learn about these colors? Purple becomes red. Which kind of has me back thinking that purple, red, and blue could be together. But then... you still need... What's the story with black? What's the story with anything? Like, am I even imagining this correctly? Purple definitely becomes red when I look at it in yellow. Specifically, behind these ones. See purple, green, and baby blue. But then, like, black is a clearly distinct color from all of those. So how might that play in? Not like this. Black would have to be neutral for that to work. Wait. What did I say was happening to green? Green stays green through that. And then blue. Oh. Blue and black. Perchance. Well, that would make at least one thing easier. I think. And then to separate off this guy, I would have to go like that. So that's my out. So if I'm tracing backwards from there. Okay. Okay. No. Definitely can't group those that many together. This particular puzzle, if the mechanic is what I think it is, this must be kind of a sore spot for... Oh, that's so close to being what I want it to be. Okay. All I was missing was the baby blue can go with the green. But why is that the case? Where do I see baby blue? There's a baby blue. And then through the yellow... Oh, wait, no. Ha, there it is. Looks like it does become green. Wait, why wasn't I... Oh, goodness. Of course, if the lights affect the colors of the flowers, if the viewing screens affect the color of the flowers, they affect the color of the colors. So that's the much easier way to do it. Can I draw a line from here? No. Remember it, fool. Okay. Was it this? No. Yes. No. No, it was not. But that's okay. Oh, no. Go back. Why don't I take some notes? Okay, hold on. Actually, why would I say hold on? If, indeed... So I'm looking at a different screen right now. If indeed 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 by 4. If indeed it adds any content at all, anything to the content of the stream, to watch me draw the notes, then it must add right from the start. And then I'll just, in absence, I don't know, colored pencils. So I'll write it down like this. I'll verify that that worked as a memory trick. I don't see why it wouldn't. And so, how is my line shaped again? It's like, there. Okay. So we just want to do this correctly right away to not be penalized. 4 colors to deal with. We have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so no, but no. No, that's not going to do it. Hold on. Try starting in the other direction. Going, No. No. Try starting from the other direction. Ah, but once I've touched there, I can never separate it. So it's either this line first or this line first, or that's close, but no cigar. Once we touch the center, it's too late to separate these two. At least I'm always content so far in this game. Once I'm struggling with drawing a line properly, feels better. And now also don't know, do I need to just create the discrete groups, or is it the same like separation game? Let's try this way. No, I don't see it. If I went like that, no. It only gets you so far, though. Okay. Deep breath. Try again. Hmm. So close. Did I get the shape right? I'm almost positive I did. Yep. If I go like that, then I can never close off the green. So that should tell me something. And it sort of does. It's just not enough to tell me everything, which is what I would really like it to do. What about... No. I don't think it can be up this way because I don't know how I ever get the greens separated. So, is it like this? No. Never separate the greens that way either. Very close, but no. Okay, what if it is as simple as not worrying? Uncle Drunk, welcome. Dum. Hope your Thursday is treating you well. Oh my goodness. 3 hours ish is not enough time to play the witness. I'm not even close to my stop time and I'm already getting antsy. Because I actually need to stop today. When the stop time comes. Why don't I do as I often say, work backwards? We're going into there. It's funny because I bet there are also a lot of people who like weed gets more expensive and they get better. But it really is that kind of like, are you in the zone? Kind of thing. And for some people, the weed gets you in the zone. Okay. My final, if I'm going up here like this, I don't like this, but that would never work. Okay. I could either make my final line across here and up, in which case I probably turned like this and went up and over. If I'm turning like that and going up and over, and I'm coming back this way, I'm here, and I'm here, but I'm just so very close, but no cigar, to having done this, right? Because, well, wait, hold on. No. So once I've drawn that line, there's no coming back down. And that doesn't work at all anyway. I do. Adventures of Lolo 3. But uh, I love a lot of puzzle games. I'm still in the middle of a playthrough that I started very, very close to when I started. It's been years trying to, like, first I'm just doing all the Adventures of Lolo games. So I did the American releases, which involved, finally, for the first time in my life, I've been playing these games since I was a kid and somehow resisted the urge to ever look up a puzzle solution. And so 30 years later, I've beaten Lolo 2 and Lolo 3 for the NES for the first time. And then because the Famicom release, there's actually two uh, Adventures of Lolo games there. No, that's not going to do it. No, that's not going to do it. Was Lolo one of the games you could get? And I remember that being a really cool thing about a game I didn't play much, but my high school girlfriend did. Before Nintendo realized, oh wait, people give us like $5 a game for these classic games, and we're just putting them all in Animal Crossing. No, but hold on. No, because this has to go straight up there. Or straight down like this. Yes. Technically not the same characters, because those characters are named Lololo and La La La. Just stick with the King DDD framing. They're in Kirby Air Riders, like the new one for Switch 2, which I have not played much of. Although I do own it. Just it turns out to be a problem to have two cute mascot racer games, because like for both, you want to play these when your friends are over, and nobody is ever going to be like, yeah, let's do the weird Kirby game instead of Mario Kart. Well, the real Lolo and Lala would never do that, you understand. No. So how, if at all, can this be done? I mean, it can definitely be done. That we know. Like, I mean, I don't think we ever got, back in the day, panel de pong in North America. But certainly my earliest panel de pong experience was Tetris Attack, featuring the Yoshi's Island characters. And my first Puyo Puyo experience, you might not be surprised, was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. All the way down. It's never going to work, though. Okay, thinking again, backwards. Mega Magic food. Uh, there's a Monster Rancher spinoff that's Solstice. I love Solstice. No, I've never played Pokemon Puzzle League. Although I remember seeing it and being like, hey, that's just Tetris Attack. The N64, because that's on N64, right? The only Nintendo console I never owned. Unless you count me and my undergrad girlfriend tracked one down. Oh, Game Boy Color too. Is it on the? You may or may not know this offhand. Is it on the Game Boy Color like Switch Online? Okay. Think. No. Why would this help? I mean, at this point, trying anything bizarre and random could help. Oh, wow. The total inverse. We rented an N64 for my 12th birthday. I think that's as far as it ever went. So I probably would have bought an N64 with my own hard-earned money, except Final Fantasy. I bet that was a game changer for a lot of people. Final Fantasy VII, of course. Wow. I guess my first console was technically the Intellivision, except the Intellivision my parents had that they tried to placate me with when I wanted a Nintendo. They'd been keeping in the uninsulated attic, so it never worked. I got to play a little bit of Intellivision. My first Dungeons and Dragons experience, I think it was the Cloudy Mountain Intellivision Dungeons and Dragons game. Hmm. Yeah, so I experienced a very tiny amount of it. Why must you be so difficult? Well, I mean, no, that's fair. You should be difficult. You're a puzzle game. Yeah, and the thing was for me, Final Fantasy VII didn't quite like I enjoyed it, but it didn't quite hit the spot for me. Final Fantasy VI remains my favorite Final Fantasy. And when the JRPG went down the hold on. No. But no. No. But wait. No. I remember people I knew being super excited for those because now they can get really, really good graphics. It's never really the big important thing for me. No, that'll never work. That'll never work. Nor will that. Nor will that. Once again, did I even get the pattern right here? Yes, I did. So it's pure line drawing agony right now. Well, like the turn towards way too much exposition, especially when it's like, you know, there are JRPGs with excellent characters and great writing. But that's not literally the rule of the genre. Oof. That's an odd choice. Whoops. Okay. I did play the original Kingdom Hearts and quite enjoyed it. No. Definitely feels like the trick here might be just not trying to make 4 groups. But still not clear on how that might even work. I know a lot of people think Skyward Sword is the nadir. I found Twilight Princess. Oh, you know what? Skyward Sword, Funkle Drunk, might be one. You know, it's underrated in a Zelda sense. Like, on a scale of, you know, excellence to masterpiece or whatever. You know, people are like, oh, it's not as good. I got a kick out, like, I really enjoyed the story of Skyward Sword at the time. It was keyed, it was exactly what I needed for whatever reason. No, but. No, but. No. No, I'm right back to having nothing at all. What's. Hold on. Lingo problem. What's the POG or the POG there? Now I'm just drawing weird shapes, hoping that I stumble into something. All right, I'm going to say, if you know the answer to this puzzle because it's familiar to you, please do not just tell me the answer. But if you're staring at this like me, oh, like that face. People hate the backtracking, among other things in Skyward Sword. Like, obviously, first you backtrack to the 3 regions to get more dungeons, including one of the greatest Zelda dungeons of all time, the in the time travel desert, or the time distortion desert, whatever you want to call it. But I also really like the third revisit the regions part. I don't even remember what the desert region has for the revisiting part, but I remember when you revisit the forest, it's flooded, and I just absolutely like aesthetically swimming through a flooded forest is something that appeals to me a lot. Why must you hate me, Jonathan Blow, when I've tried to be respectful? But yeah, if anybody has a thought that they want to nudge me with, I don't object at all at this stage. Is Ancient Cistern the first one in the time distortion desert? Ultimately, it's just a really, really cool mechanic to have localized physical areas where we've changed the E dimension, so to speak, the 4th dimension, time. But yes, open season right now on anybody who wants to say, like, come on, dude. What if your line starts like this? Sentient coffee. Thank you. I appreciate that. In a sense, it turned out to be a giant hint, but it was also just a, hey, dummy. Remember how there's more than one color of glass here that you could peer through? Now, why? Why are they different? I don't know. What does it mean? We'll figure it out. But for now, let's do a squiggly X over this one. And then right next to it, do better. So I have a thing. I'm looking off screen. So I wasn't struggling with the line drawing. And not even really necessarily with the mechanics, except I just wasn't thinking about a thing I'd already noticed. Just that there was more than one color of special glass. But also, out of curiosity, the black stay black there. The red turn black. The purple turn blue. The green stay green. The yellow turn green. Okay. Okay. So wait. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well. I think we can work with this now. there They're not obvious. Like, I can't, you know, let myself completely off the hook here. Ding, ding. I think this works, unless they all have to be grouped, in which case this works for sure. I don't necessarily, you know what? I do want to test right now. Do they have to all be, oops, all be grouped together? Because here I've got a split between the green and the yellow. Here's the challenge for me, Sentient Coffee, in that regard, is that like that principle is definitely in my mind, except that I'm really like when I play Professor Layton games, I struggle way harder with the ones that are like figure out what to do with these shapes or like to draw a line or to, you know, the ones that okay. Now that line's got some character to it. We've lit another thing. I finished my tea, and on that note, I'm going to take a brief intermission, and I'll be right back with you. Hang tight, gang. And we're drawing lines. Okay. So, here's the tricky part. Do I have any inkling of why the yellow glass was acceptable here? Is it purely which one of these turns out to be possible? Or is it probably there's a deeper principle in mind? And perhaps that'll come clear to me. Well, let me check. These actually, do these form the same result? Maybe? Oh no. Okay. Well. First, a little prep here. Put a B above this one. Put a Y here. And I'm going to hope at first that the game's not asking me to do more than this. Okay, yellow one. I'm looking at the yellow. Hold on. Is there even a color? No. Wasn't sure if I was seeing a thing there. Okay. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, and 5, 5. 5 different colors. I'm looking through that one. If I look at it through this, it gets tricky. because I'm not 100% sure. And I'm depriving the viewers. Hold on. Actually, no. There. Think 1-1. I think these are still different, but I'm not 100% sure. These definitely are. Oh, wait. Which one? Oh, yeah. But then that goes 4-4, 5-5, I think. Okay. Then if I get them both together, which I suppose I should. Feels cruel to force me back to try again on this. 1-1-1-1. 2-2-2. 3-3-3. I'll put a G above that because that's the color we're technically looking at when we look through yellow and green at the same time. I'm going to start with the assumption that the looking through both at the same time was the answer, simply because, well, you can see what happened here. One was looking through one color, one was looking through another. So there's exactly 3. The third possibility is both. We'll find it. It's not too hard of a line to draw, I don't think. Yeah, if this works, yes, excellent. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I can kind of tell what's probably going to happen here. Let's see. Yes. Well, this isn't exactly what I thought would happen, but it is in the sense that it changed the lighting, right? So hold on. Can it just be the easiest possible answer? Yes, at least at first. But then you look at this and you're like, oh no. Well, hold on. Can we bring it back? I mean, certainly the way the thing is set up implies. Because obviously, what I noticed right away is that we have a colored light in here. So if this comes in, suddenly it doesn't look quite so hard. Ta-da. Okay. Ooh. This is a nice little area. Not precisely a greenhouse, but it's greenhouse-esque. Okay, there's an elevator. Perhaps get working at some point. There's an up and a down. Let's try down, since that seems to be where the elevator is at the moment. Lit like a dark room, which is odd. And then touche. I do not think it is as simple as this makes it look. It is. Oh, wait. I think I know what the trick here might be. The trick here is that this elevator, since an elevator control is usually to tell it to go to different floors, I bet the get to that floor combination is different depending on the line you draw, and you'll figure out the different lines by changing the lighting. That's my prediction anyway. Then I come back out here and it's just the stairs. Did moving the elevator leave something behind? How many pointless deaths have I died in the Souls games? Throwing myself down the pit left behind by an elevator. Wait. No. I heard the humming. I was like, am I about to be crushed? No. Of course you're not about to be crushed. Okay. What's up the stairs before I mess around with the elevator more? The black light room. I'm thinking that right now, I'm just trying to bring the elevator up. And until the game tells me otherwise, which could be at any moment, I'm going to assume that it's just exactly what it seems like. Wait, but blue light has us back to very simple shape. Is it the same shape that I drew originally, though? Nope. Oh, I have a text message I should see. Oh, sweet. Okay. Temu is such a funny online merchant in many ways. And one of the ways is that they just don't use any of the terms you associate with e-commerce the same way as other people. I got an out for delivery notification right now to tell me that the thing I've ordered is like being moved across my country right now and will probably be here on Monday. So this took me all the way up here. Changing this once again. And otherwise, just making it clear that we've reached a place we couldn't have reached without the elevator. Let's try it again. Let's try the new one. No. Yeah. It's not super helpful to know. There. Oh, but this one's broken. Which I could have foreseen. So I guess now we're just trapped. Game over. No, I don't think that's the case. I bet there's an answer here. If only we could have that lovely green light. Uh-oh. Is this where I'm supposed to have learned the principle of what colors change which colors in different light? Is that the final step of the puzzle? Inferring what the next shape would be? That feels kind of likely. If I break it, does it shake me back down? Yes. Well, maybe that's what I'm doing here. So I should try. We started in neutral light, right? I think. Of course, I can also backtrack. Try to refresh my memory on some things. I also think it's following the actual principles of how colors mix, but I'm not actually sure. Let me go back a little. Is there a hidden audio log around here? Really gotta make sure I get those audio logs. Otherwise, how will we ever know what Jonathan Blow thinks about science and religion? Violet light. What did the violet light do versus natural light? Because natural light, we know, is just showing us the colors as they are. I won't show you myself writing this down because it's definitely not interesting to watch me write words. Violet light. Okay. Let's see. On the right, we had... On the right side, we have 3 colors. I'm going to call them purple, blue-gray, and light blue. On the left, we had a cornucopia of colors. Violet, red, orange, white, yellow, blue, and light blue. Okay. That's what those colors were naturally. What were they transformed to under the violet light? Well, perhaps not surprisingly, all 3 on the right just turned violet under violet light. Meanwhile, I did not give myself nearly enough information about where these colors were placed. So hold on. We just got to run this back one more time. Okay. This time I'll actually grid it out. V, W. Oops. I drew too big of a grid. Comforting to know, at least it's only 3x3. Doesn't matter, it still has a lot of colors in it. Violet, white, red. Orange, orange, red, yellow, blue, light blue. Okay. And then, of course, even before I bring it back, I can see how they harmonized. Because I can still see the line I drew. But we also want to know, what colors did they turn under violet light? Go figure. Violet was violet, as you might expect. White turned violet. You know what? It's actually easier if I go in the opposite direction. How I'm writing this down. Also be easier if I find my pen. If I looked around, it's not even that I can't find my pencil sharpener. It's that I only ever think about it while I'm on the air and I don't want to go digging. Okay, what becomes violet? white, violet, purple, light blue, produces violet. Okay. Orange results from blue. No, not from blue. From red, orange, and yellow. Just realized I can shorthand most of these colors. And blue results from blue and light blue. Okay. I think that I'm doing something here. And if I'm not, it's okay. We're hanging out. We're having fun. We're playing a video game. Okay, there's the violet. This is not a well-structured thing on the page. And this pencil is going to drive me insane. I'm at least going to find a different pencil. Hang tight. I don't know why I said hang tight. We're all still here together. Sharper pencil. This will do for now. This is a time-limited solution, though. Eventually, I will run out of pencils that were sharp. Okay. The blue light. Well, some of that's obvious. Interesting how the blue screen takes the blue out of the green squares, but it takes the red out of the purple squares. Okay. Under blue, we get black from black and red. We get yellow from yellow and green. We get blue from blue and violet. Can we see others? Yes. We get white out of light blue, it looks like. Yellow out of green. Yeah. Otherwise, those are all familiar. And then over here, was there anything else that I hadn't tracked yet? No? Okay. Okay. Under yellow, we get red red from red. Black from blue. Light blue. Should be calling that aqua or something, but it's too late now. I've established my system. From green. Orange from orange and violet. And white from white. Okay. What about through the green perspective? You can only even angle the green perspective on this one, where we discovered that it just makes black, white, and third color that I guess is green? Or is it invisible? Does it erase those squares? I don't know. However, green filter. Makes black out of both blue and red. Makes white out of white and green. And makes question mark out of violet and orange. Okay. Then the question is, are the lights behaving in the same way as the screens? And what does it all mean? Okay, so down here we have orange. Or red. Okay. I don't know. Under the lights. Under red. I'm just going to draw the panel for myself. 4 by 5. Under red, it's simple. It's black and white. Oh no. Can you see where my... Can you anticipate just now where this got messy for me? Oh wait, okay, no, never mind. It's just that I didn't have to do it yet. Okay. Okay. Black, black, black. White, 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 white. Okay. Okay. And up we go. So we've come to the blue light. And under blue light, let's see if the filter screen and light principles match up. I'm going to grab a good eraser. I know where that is. Had I thought about how much I was going to be writing down here, I would have started a whole new page for taking these particular notes. Okay, under blue light, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have... See how this is a mess? Just trust me. There's a system here. We have blue, blue, blue. Violet, violet, violet. Violet, violet, violet. Red, red, red. Okay. So then if I go back to the blue filter. Blue made white. Oh, okay. Blue made up above didn't make any violet. But it makes blue out of light blue or violet. And it makes red out of black. No. I don't know. Okay. Let's gather more information. Wait, does that tell me that actually this was violet light? Because this is clearly blue light, so hold on. Violet light. What then? Violet light makes violet out of white, violet, purple, and light blue. makes an orangey color, so the thing that I called red, out of red, orange, or yellow, and it makes blue out of blue and light blue. Okay. Now it's blue. I'm excited because even though I'm currently groping in the dark, I feel like I'm groping in the dark to like with some principles, and it's interesting. Might solve this today. So we're back to just two colors, both of which were actually produced by my filter up above. Black and white. Blue only made white out of light blue. When I saw it before. Of what I saw. And it could make black out of blue or red. So if those blacks were blue or red, well, hold on. Violet light made the orangey color out of red. Yes. So that lines up the parts that were kind of orangey. Violet light makes blue out of blue or light blue. Whereas blue makes white out of light blue. So are those three on the left? Let me make a thing here that is the trying to official. I called it official. What I'm trying to do is figure out plain light. Because violet makes blue out of light blue. Blue makes white out of light blue. Okay, I'm guessing that. Presumably blue can also make white out of some other colors. But I don't know yet. Okay. Okay. Let's advance. It's how it feels. This is the green light, correct? Yes. Because of the... Oh, I see. I get the gimmick. At least here, it's not about a green light. It's about the green glass filter. Which, I mean, ultimately is doing the same thing. Okay. So, green light. And we've learned about the green filter. And I can enter... I'll solve this one. For the sake of clarifying things to myself. Wait. I mean, I've solved it before, so I can solve it again. I don't know why I'm doing this way. I just got out over my skis. I got out over my skis, but it's fine. Why am I solving it again? I don't need to. I've reminded my... These are definitely a different color. So then... The question is just what? Before, green filtered everything to black and white. And a question mark color that I wasn't sure about. Here it's making some orange, at least. Orange, orange, orange. then it looks like white, I believe. White, 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 white. And I'm gonna say blue for now. So before, green made white out of white and green. But presumably also green does that to light blue because I need it to. Or else my whole theory is busted. Okay, so what about the bottom right ones? The bottom right ones have always been white except under the violet light when they were violet. And violet light makes violet out of white. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling it in. Here's my current hypothesis. I put official. I should have called it natural light. But currently I think we've got light blue when seen in natural light and white. So then we have question mark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I'm not quite sure of yet. But we shan't lose hope. Because under green light, there was the question mark color that resulted from violet and orange. Is the question mark color orange, or was it something else? Well, hold on. Clearly, oh no. Here's the dreadful thing. I looked at my other monitor, and the thing that I would call orange on this monitor, I would definitely call green. On the other monitor. Uh-oh. Well, hold on. For the moment, let me just suffer with the other things. Yeah, I mean, this must be a very cruel sequence for the color blindness afflicted. Unless there are accessibility measures that I'm not familiar with. Okay, orange or green? Which means I probably should have also taken a closer look on both monitors, specifically with the green filter before. But okay. What else can I reason out here? It is only under the green light that these four, the L piece, aren't the same color. Well, given what we've learned about Jonathan Blow's political views, he might consider that weak pandering to the DEI crowd to include a feature to help those afflicted with color blindness. Okay, so hold on. If green is the only one that's separating them, green made white out of white and green before. Blue made white so far only out of light blue, and it made yellow out of green. Wait, but if green... Okay. Hold on, I hear my partner calling me. Brief intermission, folks. I'll be right back with you. I should say, on the little fact about him trying to make a color blindness area, I was making a dumb joke. I don't see any reason to think that 10 years ago, Jonathan Blow had even gone down any of these rabbit holes. And also just on an, as in, set aside his political views, he's clearly, you know, a thinker. So just the intellectual challenge of trying to do that would be cool. Would be compelling to him, you would expect. Okay, hold on. I might need to backtrack for more information, but I might not. Only the green light separates colors in that L piece. But that does tell us that they're different colors. So what different colors does violet make violet? White, violet, purple, light blue. Okay. Meanwhile, blue makes blue out of violet. Makes white out of at least light blue. Definitely. No, that's really neat. I guess the challenge. Yeah, like what are you doing if you're trying to make a thing that can? You're trying to like do false flags with colors, basically, right? So that someone who cannot distinguish certain colors is seeing only the colors they're supposed to, and other people are seeing variety, where it need not be. Okay, hold on. Only the red light made all of these the same color. Otherwise, we've had a consistent division that these are separate colors. An additional thing here is, hold on. What am I trying to, what, is that just the natural light floor though? If we could get up there? Am I trying to figure out, I'm just trying to figure them out in natural light. Do I have enough right now? Hold on. Making one more little grid for myself. That's good because I can try based on this grid that I'm about to make. Yeah, those three never differentiate on the left. Then the L piece in the middle is sometimes differentiated from these and therefore must have a different base color. And it's sometimes split here and here. So those must be different colors. Probably, if I'm thinking about this correctly. And then consistently we've either had red light made all of these ones the same. All the other lights so far have produced this division, which suggests to me this, maybe. So here's what I'm going to try to work with. If I'm not trying to figure out what the colors are, I'm just trying to figure out how many different base colors they have. I think we have 5 in this shape. Can I do it? Let's find it. No, not like that. Of course, the added challenge here that I don't actually know for sure what I'm doing, like to draw a line. I'm still not good at drawing lines, which is a fundamental part of this game. Well, sure. Looking back at my shape. Yeah, this separates them all. It's adding an extra division for two of them, but if this is something, it's something. If it's not, it takes the elevator back down, and I go and I stare again at the other clues. This is just the red line. Oh, yes. Thank you. Just the stream, the brief stream delay was just enough to send us back down. But hold on. Since we don't have to do one at a time, we don't have to do anything. I can still just keep trying it right from the bottom. No. But no. No, but no. Can I convince myself in any way that the 2s and the 4s are actually the same? I actually can. Don't know that it works, but it could. Except that, obviously, this line isn't separating all of the things. Nor is this one. But yeah, consistently, hold on. Let's do a gut check on this. Consistently, violet, 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 white, 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 but that's easy. White, 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 white. So maybe, but not necessarily. But yes. Okay, but then also there's a floor that we haven't accessed. But perhaps accessing that is a staring back down. Oh, is it another blue light floor? What does that mean? Well, it can't just be that. Oh, wait. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. I wasn't starting from the bottom. So there's the green light floor. So what is the missing floor? There is none. Or if there is, I'm just confused. Okay, hold on. Let's just see. Are we happy with this result? Hey, it keeps going. Oh. I think I might turn out to be very happy with this result. And I got a little bit of time left. Haha. Banked it. Okay, that felt good. I've got like 30 to 45 minutes. Where I absolutely must get up, stretch, do some dance practice, run a quick errand, eat, all the various things. It's gonna work. I'm sure of it. But you want to see it all come together. Tilts back. And back. And it fires a beam. That's 3 beams. Hooray! Take this one straight back down. For now. Wait, can I just... Yes! Excellent. Okay. Fun. Now let's go off with no particular aim. Actually, no. Let's go backwards. Well, it's only backwards if you recall, if you were here the whole time and you recall where I was, because it's not inherently a backwards direction. There's the wetlands that I sort of found my way to. Ooh, is this a different angle into the wetlands, or is this how I left them before? Because I did start to figure out the principle here. This is a different angle. What about this? This is just a cliff. So it's probably this path to go back in the direction that I was. I think I figured out. Ah, great question. There's 3. So obviously the greenhouse there. And I did the desert, like with the hexagons, and you gotta get the light to fall on things. And then I think the 3rd one came from the shadow area. But I might be wrong. You might know enough about the game to just see which color lines I have there. Okay, wait. Somewhere around here, I'd found my way. Does this lead into the treehouse area? Yes, I believe so. Okay, this is not the treehouse area by any means. But that's fine. We can still draw lines here. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's nothing. Yeah, the one where the puzzles are about... No, I don't think... Ooh, pressure plate. Okay, I think that for now, this area seems like something that I want to come to when I have time to dig in. So I will continue trying to find my way back. I don't think I've done the glass studio. I've been kind of haphazard, which is my way. I did not finish this area, but I've been in it. Maybe I should return to it for a moment. See if I know more now. It's always possible that you know more than you did last time. Just gotta find my way there. If I'm going to run to the boat for a moment to look at the map. I think I can access the boat here, yeah. I like how the boat summon always brings up a submerged boat. It never calls the speedboat that you took last time. But looking at the map might help me remember some stuff. What have I done here? Like, I've done this. We have this light beam, for sure. I've done stuff related to this guy. And I did stuff here. Well, this is obscuring and clarifying in equal measure. But like, I can tell the end game is going to be hell for me. I'm going to be very dependent on the view, on at least one person to have been watching regularly enough that they can start telling me, well, you didn't do this. Remember when you left this part half finished? We all said, you shouldn't do this, dude. You should finish. Okay. Where did I hit the wall in here? If at all. Was it not at all? Was I done in here? Oh, no, because I never... Or is this anything? This is nothing. Or... Right, there's the cable. But is that a cable that I want to activate from outside? Or is that a cable that I activate in here? Oh, no. Oh, now I can get back. Yes, there are not going to be unwinnable states based on 3D navigation in this game. Unless you hit like a terrifying glitch. Yeah, I think that's a line I probably want to run into here. Maybe. And then down here was this. Ooh. Good thought for me to double check. Let's see. Did all of these. Oh, I haven't done this one. Okay. So, as I recall, our gimmick with this fellow is he'll deactivate a single color. So hold on. That is absolutely not it. Nor is that. No. No, not quite. No. Okay. Thank you for catching, because I even looked at this as I went past, and I just thought, oh, that I must have done that to get no, because it was going in the other order. I don't think I ever even noticed this was here. All right. So if I don't start by going right to them, then I have to go up to get around to them. But what does that mean? Means nothing. That's never going to do it. Okay. But I know my principles here. I've got to touch the hexagons. I've got to separate the reds and the greens. But one red or one green can become nothing or irrelevant as long as it's in the same area as the white tripod. So is it leaving one red behind with the greens? Or a green behind with the reds? Well, that's not leaving one green behind with the reds, but if I had the line, if I'd cordoned off the area somehow, but the word somehow is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Think about this. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's how we play this game. We stare at things and we think. The drawing the lines part is not my strength. It's part of it. It's not necessarily the whole thing. Sometimes the solution comes when you can shut off your brain and just start feeling it. This is not it, but no, not at all. What kind of... Who could be captured in an area with this guy? That's true. That is true. What if I work backwards a moment? If I'm coming from here. Well, I'm either coming here or here. Trying to just picture a pen that is capturing them all. See, these are placing such a huge constraint, but this is the thing with line drawing not being my great strength here. Figuring out what the constraint is. Like, is the constraint that I have to go right to them, or that I simply cannot? Can't do that at all. If only we could stop the line here. Be easy. And there definitely also needs to be a line across here. Feels like. No. I mean, it's either trapping 4 reds with a green or isolating 3 reds. "30 minutes remain of my allotted time, where I must demonstrate self-discipline. Must. Not ready to ask for a nudge yet. Perhaps I'll break down." Thank you. I always had a feeling that if I ever met a sentient cup of coffee, they would be extremely helpful to me. No, that did not get us there. Nor will that. I don't think I've gone left. Yeah. Cedric, I don't think I've ever seen regular show. I know it's Adult Swim, right? My word. Okay, let me think about what the pen could even be. Like if we had that. I know that there has to be a line. It's like this. A U needs to be part. A wide U needs to be part of the solution here. Because of the hexagon touching rule. Or is this only a disabler of these things, or can it turn one of these things off? I ought to try. I'm not sure if you were just making a pun or also activating my neurons, Cedric, but thank you. Okay. The tea is and the excitement is just shooting through me. We got 22 minutes. I'm going to take magical. I'm going to take 60 seconds of that to run to the washroom. Hang tight, gang. And we're going to draw some lines. Okay, so great. Not only did we solve this puzzle, but we solved it in a way that deepened my understanding of the little tricorn guy's effect. It's not specifically a disabler of one colored square, it's a disabler of one isolated feature. It's your way out of certain rules. Okay. But when it becomes purple, what does that mean? And what fresh hell is this? My goodness. I'm gonna... Oh, well, I can already see. Literally... Oh, because there are multiple starting points. Never mind. It's like literally impossible to touch both of these, so we must disable one. Not necessarily. Okay. Not sure. Not at all confident in the line I'm currently drawing. No. I'm just going to play around a bit at first. Don't think... Does the purple mean, like, will it disable more than one thing? Could be. but it also could not be. Oh, can't exit that way, though. Was it absolutely necessary for me to go out here? Yes. Well, hold on. Okay, I know this isn't working, but... British! Welcome! You showed up just in time for me to be almost out of time. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here anyway. Hope your Thursday is going well. Hmm. Excellent. Okay, now this is never going to work. Unless there's more to the purple than there seems to be. No. I do not think this starting point can work. Maybe this one can. And that's the thing I want to disable. Let's try. No. Unless it's a... Oh, no, this isn't even close. Hold on. At the very least, gotta do that. But no. But no. Okay. Well, no. Unless that purple's really gonna work overtime and disable 3 things. Which... it didn't. It did 1. As expected. I think. Okay. We start here, we have to immediately go like this, which means we can never split off that black and white, which makes them the thing we need our disabler for. And now it's working. We cannot leave through the top right corner this way. No. But wait. No. No, hold on. That does work to separate those ones. It's not yet hopeless. Hold on. Think. Should I feel like I'm likely to succeed here? Black in the top left corner. Exactly one black in the big center area, along with our disabler guy. I think it works. It worked. And that did something? Or nothing. We also had another thing come out of here that went up and out of the building. Let's pursue that. If I can remember. I know that I've been up there. But how did I get there when I was there? I was coming from the other direction. But do I have a way back? Wait. I think I do. If I'm remembering correctly. It's from inside the building. Maybe. Yes. Okay. So here's the... Yeah. That's what we just activated. Just coming up to... there. Which we can get to, I believe. Yes, we can. And then... Ooh. This actually seems quite simple. Because, in fact, this is the control, isn't it? If I put the top one on... It's going... just into this thing. Oh, because this is an elevator. And bringing this elevator down does something? There's only one way to find out. Is it just a shortcut? I mean, it can't just be a shortcut, because this is not a shortcut in any meaningful sense of the term. It's very slow. It's longer than sprinting. So what else does it mean, if anything? Comes down to here. Stops, of course. I could send it back up. Well... is there something different when I go to where the elevator boarding was? Seems quite possible. And yet... well, hold on. No. Okay. And yet the mind rebels at the idea that all of that was just leading up to the world's slowest shortcut. So hold on. What else can I spy around here? Oh. Oh, wait. But again, I need this other one. Where does that run? I mean, it runs down the way. And over... down to the boathouse? One moment, gang. I'll be right back with... No real interruption. We're back at it. Okay. Well, obviously it's running down that way. Let's go down. Not super confident that I can scramble fast enough while maintaining my iron will to stop at a reasonable time so that I can do the other things that I need to do today so that my performances tomorrow go well. I do? Oh no. I was supposed to know the reason for the elevator. I didn't. But hold on. This comes down, goes across. I think it's going where I thought it was going. And then a lot will depend on whether I know enough to do anything here in this boathouse. Do I have to get around to there? It seems quite possible. Can I do this from here? I mean, I'm clearly not expected to. Why did it disable that one? I don't know. Hold on. I really ought to mess around a little bit more. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it might. Hold on. Like, I've seen a bit of these in the wetlands, but I haven't even finished all the tutorial screens in the wetlands. I understand these to a degree. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is tricky. Nope. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Hold on. No. Hold on. Yep. 2 per. But this one feels like it's probably beyond my reach. But I'm not sure it is. Let's see. Well, we're not at the exit, so that's not going to do it. The star puzzles are the treehouse, right? That's the base of the star puzzles, right? I've done most, but not all of the treehouse. Okay. Boathouse, I think you have to wait. And so, I'm going to end by tantalizing myself. Yeah, my chaotic path through the game is lending itself to that, at least. I can just go back to the treehouse, so I'm starting from where I started from this time next time. Or have I learned enough in the wetlands to do something from the main entrance? That's the last thing I'm going to find out. And then, even if I have figured something else out, I will save it for next Tuesday when we play the Witness again. For the reasons that I said. Okay. So yeah, we're about to wrap up here. This is one of the rare times because my game selection here is never intended to do anything other than satisfy myself and Cedric. And sometimes British. And Stupinski. So I'm often not choosing games that are going to appeal to new people to show up. But the Witness seems to be pulling people in, so I should say the usual things of like, hey, you know, I do a bunch of stuff here. Play beat 'em ups with my buddy Greg once a week, or every week where we can get together. Play the board game Frosthaven with Greg, Rich, and Sid. Whenever we can get it together, ideally once a week. On the weekends, I'm usually doing long plays, and those carry on all, you know. It's only during the summer that I can do weekday afternoon streams regularly. But on the weekends, I always got some long plays going. Usually, I do role-playing games, puzzle games, adventure games. And, you know, like I'll do other things, I'm sure, here and there. As a gamer, I have very wide-ranging and eclectic tastes. Yeah. So that's basically what we do here. What's coming up this specific... So, yeah, so you showed up for the Witness, you had fun. Well, not only will I keep playing the Witness till I've had my fill of it, which will probably be when I've really at least done the core of it. Playing the Witness, but I also do other puzzle games. So, you know, watching me stare and slowly get my my brain working is something you enjoy. Might be worth a follow. There is the option to subscribe, and I'm always flattered when people do, but there's no need to. I don't really think I have anything of value to offer. This is a path that I didn't discover last time that I came the Wetlands route. And I don't think it's getting me. Or maybe it is. No. Maybe I did discover this and was like, oh wait, no, shortcut. Dark Souls shortcut. Okay. It's okay. We're in the wrap-up phase as I've reached the spot. The time where I said I would. So it's okay. Yeah. I don't necessarily recommend subscribing, but I'm humbled when people do. There are people who subscribe regularly. But ultimately, I'm much more into your company. And so it's fine. You don't need to subscribe. Then... Yeah. Okay. I got to get back on the other way through here. Unless I can figure this out. No. What it means when they're differently shaped is still opaque to me. Well, hold on. Could I do just the part that I feel confident about here? Need to be thinking ahead. Not even super confident about this, it turns out. No. Okay. And then we have a Discord, which is not particularly bumping. I'm determined in the next couple of weeks of my vacation to remember to kind of sort the channels a bit better, because what somebody, can't even remember who, pointed out to me recently. I'm working on it. I'm doing better than Tuesday when I said gotta stop by 1:30 p.m. here, and then wound up. How would you ever make that just a square? This is probably the I don't know enough yet. Yeah. But it did seem encouraging. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I make announcements in the Discord when there's changes to the schedule or upcoming things. We have conversations sometimes, mostly about Stimpinski telling us about his adventures. I'm determined to make a share your art channel, because I make art sometimes. Not much. It's all just simple pixel art, but I do it. And some of it's fun. And other people probably do even more exciting and interesting things. Wait a minute. No. I was like, wait, purple. Is just isolating the purple enough to make this happen? No. Okay. Go back to the boat so I start remembering that it's time to leave for greener pastures, drier pastures next time. Yeah. And then also, I should create a dedicated channel for sharing my drag stuff. Some people, if you didn't show up early enough today, you didn't hear me say, hey, I'm a drag queen, but I am. Good for me. Hold on. I'll prove it, I think. Yes. Woo! You can probably tell which one I am. I'm the one that sort of looks like me. The pink one. And that, I'm proud to say, that particular look was the first ever time that I did it all myself. With nobody, without my drag mother, who my breasts are almost touching the elbow of, helping me. So I was pretty proud of that. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff we got going on in the Discord. You could follow, get notifications. Love to have you back. Anybody? There are a few people who showed up, I think, today. And, whatever. Or you don't. And that's fine too. That's fun to have you today. And then, yeah, what's coming up? Nothing this evening or tomorrow. 2 days off. Got this performance coming up. But on Saturday, I'm bound and determined. We are beating Earthbound. And on the other side of Earthbound, I haven't quite decided what to do yet, but there'll be a new game, and that's always exciting. Thank you, Sentient Coffee. On Sunday, we're back dreaming in the witch house. I got to the failure state, got the worst ending. And then because optimizing the time management part of the game didn't seem like it would be good content, I took a little bit of time on Tuesday and I got Walter Gilman in great. I'm so far ahead of where I was last time. And I discovered a few things, but I didn't dig down on them so that we can discover them together as an audience. Before you know it, it'll be next week. And on Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be here drawing lines. All right. Sweet. This is fun. I hope you had fun too. You stuck around to the end. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're going to figure out another rule about a shape on a grid where you can draw a line, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.